Uno and the game of two. This is not a once upon a time story. But why, you might whisper? All the best stories start with once upon a time. Not this one. This story begins even before time had a name. In a land far, far away? You guess with a little twinkle in your eye. Nope. There were no lands, because space was still a secret, waiting to be told. No up, no down, no here or there. Just a cozy empty everywhere.
Was there at least a princess?
Not even a single princess. There was no one at all, or almost no one. There was only Uno. Uno was a tiny, shimmering speck of light. So tiny, it could play hide and seek with the most powerful microscope. Yet so big, it held the whole universe in a hug. Uno knew everything. Well, almost everything. Uno had no idea what it looked like, you see, because mirrors had not been invented yet. And Uno did not know the first thing about being two. Since Uno wanted to know everything and was feeling a little bit lonely and a little bit bored, it dreamed up a game. Uno did the only thing it could do. It started to hum and wiggle. A soft hum at first, then a little louder, louder and louder, until whoosh! Pop! It fizzed into two. Uno had become two sparkly, twinkly twins of light. It was the game of two. And Uno loved it so much, it kept on humming and wiggling. Two fizzed into four, then 8, then 16, 32, 64, a dazzling dance of light, like fireflies in the dark. And just like that, time was born. There was a before, when Uno was all alone, and an after, now that there was a whole party of sparkles. These sparkly dancers need a fun name, Uno giggled. I'll call them photons, little messengers of light, delivering sunshine wherever they go. Surrounded by a billion of its own sparkly selves, Uno started to build with them like they were magical glowing Legos, using electric force to put them together and magnetism to dissolve them. Uno created the building blocks we call atoms. With atoms, Uno built all sorts of wonderful things, like bouncy balls, neat cubes, pointy triangles, and wiggly lines. Then, more and more amazing things Uno had never even dreamed of, because it had always been just one. All those new shapes were near and far, high and low, big and small, in a giant playground that Uno called space. And they were a bit wild, zipping and zooming all over the place. So, to keep them from floating away, Uno hugged them all with something invisible and a little bit sticky, which it called gravity. With the game of two, Uno had created opposites and separation, like two ends of a seesaw. Scientists call this duality, but it is really just like the two sides of a yummy cookie. Think about it. Warm, melty hot chocolate and chilly, sweet ice cream. Crunchy, sweet cookies and sour lemons. Cozy, close-up cuddles and waving goodbye from far away. Way up high in the sky and way down low on the ground. The bright, happy sun of daytime and the quiet, sleepy dark of nighttime. Joyful giggles and teardrops of sadness. Uno was filled with wonder. It never imagined that so much color, so much life, so much magic could come from its own heart. Uno felt a gentle, invisible hum that connected everything, holding it all together in a warm embrace. Uno called this feeling love. Scientists today call it plasma, but love sounds much cozier, don't you think? Uno did not know why, but that tickly feeling made it want to burst out laughing. But it was also a little bit scary. You know, that feeling when you build the most amazing sandcastle ever, and you are a tiny bit worried a big wave might wash it away? So, Uno took a deep breath and looked at everything it had made. Wow, it whispered, all of this is me. Uno had created the universe. It was so big and so beautiful, it made Uno's heart feel full. But Uno did not just want to look at it, Uno wanted to live in it, to explore every nook and cranny. With its own sparkly bits, Uno created living things of every shape, color, and song, and sprinkled them across the planets and stars. Fluffy, cuddly creatures, tall, wise trees, graceful swimming fish, soaring, free birds, and curious, playful people, just like you and your friends. That way, through all of them, Uno could be a part of every story, in every corner of the universe, all at the same time. From its favorite blue and green planet, our Earth, to the farthest, most glittery galaxies. And right inside you, in the very center of your heart, there is a tiny spark of Uno, living your very own, very special adventure through your eyes at the very same time as everyone else. You are all connected, like a giant cosmic family. You might say,
But I am just me. My own wild curly hair, my favorite pair of blue shoes, and I live in my own house with my cat.
and you are right. But that's only in the game of two, the world we call reality. Now I am going to tell you a secret that almost no one knows. Time, space, gravity, and all the opposites, they are not really real. Everything is happening right now in the beautiful, boundless imagination of Uno. Past, present, future, it all unfolded in the blink of an eye in that one magical moment when Uno dreamed of splitting in two. But Uno never really split apart. It just imagined a giant, amazing video game all around itself, filled with endless levels, wonderful characters, and incredible adventures to live. Uno is all the characters in the game, all at once. You are a part of Uno, a part of everything, but you have forgotten, just for a little while. You feel like you are just you, so you can have your very own amazing adventure. In this level of the game, you are a boy or a girl with your own story, your own family, and your own beautiful dreams. On other levels, you, as a part of Uno, are other people, other creatures, in other times, in other worlds. All different experiences, all happening at the same time. All for Uno, and Uno for all.
But what is the goal of the game?
You might be wondering. It is simply to play, to experience everything, the happy and the sad, the silly and the serious, and to remember deep in your heart that separation does not exist, that we are all connected. Things like good and bad, or hello and goodbye, are not really opposites. They are just different parts of the same big warm hug. And when all the stories have been told, when all the adventures have been lived, the game will be complete. All the sparkly pieces will come back together, and you will remember who you truly are. So, little explorer, the next time you are chasing butterflies, sharing a secret with a friend, or gazing up at the big moon, remember, you are a sparkling, shimmering speck of light, making the universe a more magical place with every single step you take. Uno is you.